Welcome to an island of blinding brilliance, where every corner is draped in expensive glass designed to catch and reflect every single ray of the midday sun. In this place, light is the only currency that matters, and the inhabitants spend their entire lives chasing the most vibrant reflections to outshine their neighbors' homes. The obsession with brightness has turned the landscape into a shimmering maze, where reality is often lost behind the glare of thousand artificial suns and vanity. Every morning, the people gather to clean their precious surfaces, ensuring that not a single speck of dust can dull the glory they project to the world. Laughter echoes through the streets as they compete for the most radiant display, believing that their worth is measured only by how much light they can capture. They have forgotten the feel of the earth beneath their feet, captivated by the illusions they have built, mistaking the sun's stolen heat for their own power. From a distance, the island looks like a fallen star, a testament to human ambition and the desire to be seen by the heavens themselves at any cost. But beneath this layer of shimmering beauty lies a restless energy, a constant need for validation that keeps everyone searching for the next angle of perfect light. Even the young are taught that to be quiet is to be invisible, and to be invisible is the greatest failure one can endure in this glowing society. As the day progresses, the light becomes a burden, an exhausting performance that requires constant maintenance and a total surrender of one's true and private self. We must ask ourselves if the light we show is a source of energy from within or merely a cold reflection of the expectations others place on us. Far from the sparkling center of the island, on a jagged cliff overlooking the deep, dark sea, stands a structure that time and vanity have long forgotten. This ancient stone tower does not sparkle. It does not catch the sun. It stands as a silent sentinel, enduring the salt and the wind without complaint. Inside lives a man who has chosen a different path, a guardian of the shadows who finds more value in substance than in the fleeting dance of mirrors. His hands are calloused and slow, moving with a deliberate grace as he tends to a simple lamp that has never known the brilliance of the midday sun. While others polish mirrors to catch the sky, he polishes his soul through the quiet repetition of his duty, preparing for a time he knows will come. He watches the horizon not for the admiration of others, but to understand the rhythm of the world, finding peace in the vastness of the unknown sea. To the people of the island, he is a relic of a dark age, a fool who wastes his time on a tower that offers no brilliance to see. They do not understand that true strength often wears the mask of insignificance, and that the loudest voices are rarely the ones that hold the truth. He does not argue or defend his work. He simply continues his preparations, knowing that the value of a thing is not determined by its popular appeal. In the silence of his tower, he cultivates a form of steadfastness that the mirror polishers could never imagine, a resilience built on purpose rather than pride. The ocean speaks to him in a language of power and patience, reminding him that even the smallest light can overcome the deepest darkness if it remains steady. Steadfastness often looks like loneliness, but it is actually the ultimate form of self-possession, a refusal to be swayed by the fickle winds of public opinion. As the sun dips below the edge of the world, the island's stolen beauty begins to fade, leaving only the cold, hard reality of the glass behind. He is ready, not because he seeks a moment of glory, but because his entire life has been a preparation for the moment the light fails. The guardian of the darkness knows that the true test of a man's heart is not how he shines in the sun, but how he stands. Suddenly, a shadow falls across the world, a celestial event that no one on the island was prepared for, turning high noon into a cold twilight. The sun, the source of all the island's borrowed glory, is swallowed by the moon, leaving the mirrors empty and the streets in a sudden, terrifying chill. In an instant, the symbols of wealth and status become nothing more than cold slabs of glass, unable to provide even a spark of comfort or direction. Panic spreads like a wildfire through the dark streets as the people realize their source of light is gone and they are left with nothing. When the external values we rely on suddenly collapse, we are forced to face the emptiness we have been trying to hide with our shallow, shining displays. Power done, like a reflected light, vanishes the moment the external source is gone, leaving those who lived for it wandering lost in a hollow world. The pride of the island has become its prison, a dark labyrinth of glass where no one knows which way to turn to find safety or hope. In the distance, ships that once used the island's glare to navigate now find themselves blind, drifting toward the hidden rocks that surround the coast. Without a guide, the sailors are at the mercy of the hungry tide, their lives hanging by a thread as the darkness refuses to lift its heavy hand. The masks of perfection are shattered, revealing the fragile souls beneath who never learned how to create their own warmth or find their own path. This is the wrath of silence, the moment of reckoning where the superficial is stripped away, and only the things that are truly real remain standing. Nature has a way of testing our foundations, exposing the cracks in our vanity and the weakness of our borrowed identities during the times of trial. They cry out for the sun, but the sun is indifferent to their plight, leaving them to discover that a mirror cannot produce its own heat. Only that which has been nurtured from within, through patience and quiet labor, has the power to withstand the true test of an eternal night. In the heart of the darkness, a different kind of energy is beginning to stir, a light that does not rely on the sun to exist. Inside the tower of stone, the old man strikes a single match, the tiny flame dancing with a life and a warmth that glass could never hold. He watches the fire with a look of profound respect, knowing that this small flicker is the result of years of quiet, unobserved preparation and faith. As the wick catches, a soft and steady golden glow begins to push back the shadows, filling the room with an ancient and comforting sense of security. The light is small compared to the sun, but in this absolute darkness, it is more powerful than 1,000 mirrors, because it comes from within. He ascends the narrow stairs, each step a testament to his lifelong commitment to a duty that the rest of the world had deemed completely useless. Steadfastness does not need to be loud or flashy. It is the quiet fire we tend every day, even when no one is watching us do it. He places the lamp at the peak of the tower, and for the first time in many years, the ancient lighthouse begins to perform its true purpose. Out on the black waters, a tiny dot of gold appears, a beacon of hope that cuts through the thickest gloom like a needle through silk. It does not demand attention, it simply offers itself as a guide, a constant reminder that there is still a way back to the safety of home. The captain sees the light and instantly knows where he is, grabbing the wheel with renewed strength to steer his vessel away from the jagged rocks. The ship turns, its hull cutting through the dark waves as it follows the path laid out by the old man's simple, honest, and steadfast flame. He does not seek praise for his actions. The survival of those souls is enough of a reward for a lifetime of solitary and dedicated service. Long Kiendin is the small flame we protect when the winds of life try to blow it out, ensuring it remains lit for when it's needed. In the darkest hour, the most humble light becomes the most precious thing in existence, a compass for every lost and wandering soul in the world. He is the lighthouse, not because he is made of glass and mirrors, but because he carries the light within his very heart and soul. One by one, the people of the island find their way to the base of the dark cliff, seeking the warmth that their mirrors failed to provide. He opens his doors to those who once mocked him, offering them the very thing they thought was worthless just a few hours ago in the sun. True value is not found in how much higher you stand than others, but in how many people your light can protect and comfort in need. The competition is gone, replaced by a shared vulnerability that brings them together in a way that the brilliant sun and mirrors never possibly could. When the layers of vanity are stripped away, we are finally able to see each other clearly, not as rivals, but as fellow travelers in the dark. The sailors arrive at the tower, their hearts full of gratitude for the humble man who remained steadfast while the rest of the world lost its way. The magnificent structures of the island sit empty and cold, a reminder that beauty without purpose is as hollow as a glass shell in the wind. His strength is contagious, his quiet confidence helping to calm the fears of those who are experiencing the true darkness for the very first time. He passes the light to the next generation, teaching them that the most important flame is the one they must carry within their own small hands. One by one, the people begin to realize that light is not something to be hoarded or reflected, but something to be shared and nurtured together. The scales have fallen from their eyes, and they finally see that the worthless tower was actually the most precious thing on their entire shimmering island. He knows that his work is done, not because the sun has returned, but because the people have finally found a light that will never fail. The darkness is no longer a place of terror, but a canvas upon which the beauty of human connection and compassion can finally be clearly seen. In this moment of crisis, they have found something better than gold or glass. They have found a sense of belonging in the shared light. The reunion in the true light is the first step toward a life that is no longer defined by mirrors, but by the strength of the heart. After the long night, the sun finally returns, but the island it reveals is no longer the same place it was before the darkness fell upon it. The mirror towers remain abandoned, forgotten relics of a past life as the people begin to build homes that are designed for living, not for showing. He enjoys the light as a gift, not as a tool for vanity, finding a deeper connection to the world through his simple and quiet appreciation of nature. The illusions of the past have been left behind, replaced by a newfound respect for the things that are solid, real, and enduring through any storm. They have learned that to be truly free, one must stop living for the gaze of others and start living for the values that truly matter. A steadfast soul is like a mountain lake, deep and unruffled by the winds of change, holding its own light even when the world goes dark. The greatest freedom is the ability to remain yourself when everyone else is trying to be something they are not, to stay true to your heart. He has taught them that the most important journey is the one that leads inward, to the place where their own unique and eternal light lives. The stone tower is no longer a symbol of isolation, but a monument to the power of persistence and the quiet beauty of a purposeful life. The island has found its balance, moving away from the blinding glare of vanity and toward the soft, healing light of authentic and meaningful living. We do not need to be the brightest thing in the room to be valuable. We only need to be the most honest and consistent version. His mission is complete, and the legacy he leaves behind is not one of glass and mirrors, but of warmth, courage, and an unbreakable spirit. As night falls, the island glows with a different kind of beauty, a soft and human light that says, "We are here, and we are together." The beacon remains a reminder to all who pass by that even when the sun fails, the human heart can still find a way to shine. Do not waste your life building towers of glass for others to admire. Instead, focus on nurturing the small, steady flame that lives within you. Because when the darkness comes, as it always does, your inner light will be the only map you need to find your way back home. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the lighthouse of the heart, where the most important light is the one that never goes out. Remember that true radiance is not a reflection of the sun, but the result of a soul that has learned to burn with its own fire. May you always find the strength to be your own lighthouse, keeping your inner flame alive through the darkest nights, forever knowing your way back home.